awareness, getting awareness or getting their brand exposed into China. So yeah, so the low cost, which I will cover a little bit further, in the next slide. But of course, the incubation part of the mini store will be very important as well, because a lot of people, before they go to China, when they open a store, they always ask us whether we can support them with the traffic, and this means that we have the mini store actually designed with that traffic engine, embedded. So all the store into, actually join the mini store program will have no problems getting eyeballs, getting the awareness from our platforms. So I think I won't go too much deep into the cost breakdowns. I will send this PowerPoint to everyone later after this meeting. So don't worry about recording it or too much detail. But I think this is just a basic breakdown between the normal flagship store and the mini store. If you look in the middle, the deposit area, flagship store require 50,000 RMB deposit, or even OTC health brands, they might be more risky. So we consider high risk sort of category. They have to pay more deposit, up to maybe 300,000. Mini store, the deposit structure is very easy. When you open the store, you pay 1,000. So we don't charge any more deposit until you're actually earning over 500,000 RMB. So once you reach to 500,000 RMB, we're going to start charging 30,000 RMB. So now before you reach that 500,000, you have, so 1,000 is the deposit, the only deposit you have to pay. And on the other side is, we can see the TP, the TP operational fee. This is also very heavy for a lot of brands. Normally, TP will charge 50,000 RMB to 100,000 RMB a month, which is about, 10,000 Australian dollars a month. So that's quite a costly, exercise, because you have to hire people actually looking after answering your inquiries, doing the promotion for you, doing the data analysis and everything. So that's a sort of salary you have to pay, roughly 50,000 to 100,000 RMB. Here, you don't really, mini store, you don't have to pay for that. It's only 4%. It's all covered by, by our programs. But on top of that, the promotion, when we see at the end, is also very tricky and very, it can be complicated as well, because, you want to do live streaming, you want to do exposure, you want to do SEO, all this kind of thing can be, tricky. And then people have to spend roughly about, 1 million or 2 million, roughly about, new brands, sometimes they spend 2 to 5 million RMB just for that marketing. So that marketing exposure can be expensive as well, especially you have to learn how to be effective, for your first year or two. And the mini store on the right-hand side, which is, you don't have to pay that marketing. You only have to pay 30% once product is sold. So 30% means, if you have, say, for example, 1 million RMB of profit generated in the platform, so from your mini store, you only have to pay 30%. That's cover your marketing. This marketing program, it's we recommend to join for the first 3 months. But after 3 months, if you think your brand is pretty strong, the traffic is pretty good, you don't have to join that 30% of marketing. But to be honest, a lot of brands that come to us, they want to join the mini store, is because the marketing program will provide, it's very attractive, it's very cost effective, and you use a lot of Alibaba business intelligence to make that investment worthwhile. So I think on the nutshell, compared to the flagship store, I would say a full flagship store, you have to pay roughly about 1 year, you're thinking about 2 to 3 million RMB upfront for TP, for logistic, for brand, for marketing and everything. But for mini store, you can pay as little as 1,000 deposit plus a 30% marketing fees. And then of course, on top of that, you need to pay some sort of logistic, some minimum percent of TP as well. So I would say give and take 40%, is what we have for most brands. So mini store and the flagship store. And another significant feature on the cost is, for the flagship store, you really have to pay upfront for everything, TP cost, upfront marketing, before you actually start making money. But for the mini store, you actually start paying after you actually receiving money. So that's actually another, better structure for a lot of new brands that are actually trying to get into China. This is the mini store homepage that you will be getting. In the middle is your homepage. You can actually display. On top of that, you can see the display of your brand and brand story and everything. And at the bottom, because it's mini store and we only allow roughly maximum 3 SPUs. When we talk about SPUs, it's 3 products. Normally, say for example, if you're selling iPhone, different size of iPhone, different color of iPhone, we categorize as 1 SPU. So 3 SPUs top for per brand for mini store. So you can have brand story and everything and your product display. On the left-hand side, that's where people search you from the search engine, which is they can search you from your brand name, your product name and everything. They can, they will lead that audience to your mini store. But unlike the full flagship store, you don't have a store name. So people, some people, they want to search store name to find a flagship store. But at the moment, mini store, they don't have that. But they can search product, they can search, your brand name to find that store. On the right-hand side, it's some of the promotional page that actually embedded to the mini store. Of course, Tmall Import Supermarket, Tmall Global Import Supermarket is the main Alibaba, my colleague, that actually operate the store for you. So they open all the feature from Tmall Import Supermarket for mini store merchants, including, product suggestions, lots of, orders, say for example, Singles Day, we join maybe, 20 to 50 promotions. So all the mini store will have the opportunity to touch all the promotions that we actually promoted. And then also we send a lot of EDN's promotional vouchers to, a lot of our existing customers. So mini store will actually benefit from that as well. So on the right-hand side, you can see, all the different, feature benefit, whatever thing that we do to promote Tmall Supermarket, actually mini store brands will actually benefit from that. And let me dive into a little bit further about also the incubation program for the mini store, and which is the Taobao platform. A lot of people, Taobao platform is one of the largest, I would say C2C platform in China. And then, lots of traffic, lots of people trying new things there. So it's like eBay in China. And so we have a lot of marketing exposures there. So say, for example, when people search, fish oil, if you're selling fish oil, and then we will give that search engine recommendation saying, okay, if you say your name is Australian fish oil, that, if you type fish oil, the search engine will automatically recommend Australian fish oil or some of the other, mini store that we actually, available for customers. Search engine recommendation, pay promotion, all this kind of, promotion banners that actually people have to pay for that, normally quite expensively, pay promotions, SEOs, even of course live streaming as well. We're doing a lot of Taobao live streaming, and on the right-hand side, calling the Juhua Shuan thing, which is similar to Groupon. That's actually one of the biggest driver on Taobao. That actually, new brands trying to get traffic. Lots of people say, for example, if you're operating a flagship store, you will have to apply to Juhua Shuan every month, give you a good coupon, good discount and everything. But in mini store, we actually do that for you. So you don't have to worry about all the promotions on Taobao. Pretty much we have that covered. On the this is the promotion part that we have. I mean, promotion means incubation means traffic. That traffic that we will actually obtain for mini store brands from Tmall. Okay, on the right hand side, say for example, we have a lot of different feature banners every month. We have Queen's Day, Queen's Birthday, Australian, all this kind of international day, all this kind of thing, feature banners. We have every day we'll have different features. You can be listed there, or even brand discovery, something like house supplement brand, skincare, beauty brand, modern baby brand. We'll have all this kind of brand categories. Brand features, say for example, if we want to deep dive into some fish oil brands, so that feature brand you can be displayed there as well. So that's on the left hand side, which is all the different banners. Actually, we do like every day we have like more than hundreds of different banners. So mini store will actually have the opportunity to join those banners. So the logic behind is, say for example, we have 1,000 mini store brands. We will apply those 1,000 brands to all the different, different banners. If they reach to the criteria, and if they reach to, say for example, the other brand that we're looking for, the other Australian feature brand we're looking for, they will be sort of selected into those, columns. So that's the logic on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side is what we do for the Tmall, the existing, what we call the member management. So when we have members that actually whoever bought stuff on us, that's over hundreds of millions of different people that actually purchase on Tmall. So those people will actually have their contact, have the detail and everything. So we also understand what they wanted to buy. So we're actually sending vouchers, promotions, all different, promotion information to their phones, to their accounts, or even vouchers to their, Tmall account. So when they start shopping, they know, okay, I have to say, for example, there's a new brand from Australia which is selling coffee that actually, when they receive the voucher, they probably gonna come and check it out, and then that gives us, more exposures, more conversions. And after I cover about the cost and the traffic. This is the part of the management that we cover included in the mini store as well. This is also one of my favorite feature. Actually, say for example, when you're trying to operate a store 100% by yourself, there's a lot of things you need to do. Brand onboarding means, your brand registration, your company certificate, all this kind of Alipay account, you have to, apply all this kind of thing. Product operation, logistic wise, customer management, business data, how you work with promotion. Say for example, Queen's Day in March, Chinese New Year in February, you want to do promotion like that, you have to work with us, for like 4 to 6 weeks to discuss what you want to work, and then what sort of exposure you need to do. All this kind of thing, you don't have to worry about. We have a special TP, like just selected, that's very, what we call the 5-star TP, actually we selected. They're very good, and they work all these kind of little components for you. And that's all included in the mini store that's cost that I talked about earlier, which is about 30% marketing plus roughly about 10-15% TP, logistics, and everything. So that's everything that I have about the mini store. I don't want to dive into too much, giving everybody too much confusion about what operation or detail and everything. But I will send a PPT to everyone, and then if there's any question, feel free to ask us after this webinar, or I think there's a Q&A section, or even email us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Thank you for your presentation. And here it is another expert called Robin. Robin is Tmall Import Overseas Fulfillment Manager. His topic is Tmall Global Import Overseas Fulfillment Introduction. Robin is a business development manager with Alibaba Group in Australian and New Zealand market. He has 5 years of experience in direct sales marketing and over 5 years of experience in cross-border e-commerce. Currently, Robin is the project manager for Import Overseas Fulfillment. It's a direct shipping project for ANZ region. His primary focus is sourcing brands to join ANZ IOF, means Import Overseas Fulfillment stores on Tmall Global and Cola.com. Hi, Robin.
Hi.
Could you share screen? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So can everyone see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Cool. Hi. Thank you, Seven, and thank you for the invite today. So my name is Robin. I'm the BD manager for Alibaba Group in ANZ region, and today I'm just gonna quickly talk about what import overseas fulfillment is, or what we call IOF. So IOF is a one-stop cross-border business solution to help brands to enter Chinese market via direct shipping business model. All the products are sold in our own stores on Tmall Global and Cola.com. And for those who doesn't know what Cola is, which is Cola was actually another one of well-known cross-border e-commerce platform in China, and which has been bought by Alibaba back in 2019, and which now is under Tmall Global. and all the products are operated by our own marketing team in China. So all the marketing that's been done, all the brand incubation that has been done, which includes what my colleague James has described back then with mini store. All this incubation process also be covered by our own team in China. The advantage of IOF is first its authenticity for the brand itself, because everything is shipped from Australia or New Zealand, from its originated country. So the consumer, they believe it's an authentic product, and they will love the product. For those consumers who love the product that's being shipped from overseas, and those ones being sold in the overseas. So that's a big advantage of it. And also another one is it's low cost and the flexibility for the inventory. And for this IOF business model, we have two supply options right now. One is called GFC and one is called API. For the GFC model, suppliers are responsible to ship the product to our designated warehouse. Then Alibaba, like our team, will provide pick and pack service and cover all the costs required to ship the parcel to the consumer, which includes logistic fees and also the custom like taxes in China. And right now we have one warehouse in Sydney and one in Auckland. This GFC is suitable for suppliers with no self pick and pack capability, but have really good products. And the only requirement for this is first, it's on the consignment model. It's a consignment model, and we require the shelf life, at least like 2/3 of shelf life left if the product has to be shipped into tiny logistic warehouse. And also there is a cost for the storage fee, which is USD $1.20 USD per cubic meter per day right now. And that's probably the only cost. And also with marketing fees and all that sort of stuff, which is covered in our own cost, but with further like marketing, such like brand incubation outside the platform, that's something we're going to discuss case by case. And for the API model, basically means it supplies to integrate their backend system, such like inventory system and ERP system to our IOF application. Then suppliers are responsible to pack the individual parcel and deliver them to our designated warehouse, which are right now located in Sydney, Melbourne, and Auckland. This model is suitable for suppliers with a strong capability. And also you have your own pick and pack service, your own warehouse, and also you have a large selection for the product range in your warehouse right now. The only requirement for this one, first, is also on the consignment as well. And the product has to have a good shelf life, but not as strict as GFC model. But we have a requirement for the packing time, which is under 48 hours once you receive the order. And also the cost for this model is $10,000 USD for the security deposit, which are returnable if you wanted to close account in the future. And this that's the only cost as well, but it's same like GFC model. If you have certain brands you really want to do the incubation and sort of stuff, we can discuss that later on as well, case by case. And for the current status, our store was first launched in July 2021, which is last year. We've only opened for 6 months, and but the project was actually started back in 2018. Like we have stores like Japanese store, Korean store, Europe store, and the UK store. USA stores opened back then in 2018 and 19. It's just that for ANZ region, we just started last year. And since then, until last year, November, by end of November 2021, our stores have already reached over 10 million in sales. The average month-on-month growth is close to 400%. And by today, our stores have already reached over 20 million in sales right now. And currently we have over 25 suppliers, over 120 brands, and almost close to 5,000 SKUs. And our aim for this year is to reach 10,000 or even 20,000 SKUs. Like for our future plan, like actually it's this year's plan right now. For our focus will be on the eatable stuff, wearable stuff, and usable stuff. The main focus will be on eatable stuff, which are mainly on supplements, OTC products, food products, and alcohol beverage, which are also right now our best-selling categories right now in our stores. And next, for the wearable stuff, we will focus on wool products, jewelries, fashion, designer fashion brands, and outdoor wears and equipments, such like also like wool products like Upbirds, all sorts of products that's being originated from Australia, and we will try to build up this category. And for usable products such like cosmetic, personal care, and homeware, my main focus will be on those products that has very high quality, and also have a good selling point, such like natural, healthy, and also a very economical, or cost efficient for the Chinese consumer. Those products will be
Okay, thank you.
yeah, sorry. So those products will actually be my main focus right now. And that's all for my sharing. If you got any questions, please feel free to put in the chat box or ask later. Thank you.
Okay, Robin, thank you for your topics. And maybe someone will think about it's a little bit complex. So how to resolve this problem? We come to our next topic. Chris will take you a one-stop solution, how to sell products easily in China. Hi, Chris, it's your topic now.
Hi, thank you very much, Seven. And can I share the screen? Okay, hi everyone, and my name is Chris Lu. So I'm a Tmall Global Business Service Partner in Australia and New Zealand region. So today I'm just briefly introduce what kind of services that we can provide it to you to having you on board the services that our two guests, James and Robin, mentioned. So today I will start with my company background, and then follow up all the services and what are the key features and the strategies that we should prepare for onboarding Tmall Global. So about my company, so we are a Sydney-based company, and we specialize in cross-border e-commerce services. And we have been with Alibaba Group as a partner since 2015, and a lot of most iconic brands were introduced by us to Tmall and introduced by us to Chinese market that were including Lolly, Tony Bianco, Riderwear, Bambi, and Ever UGG. So we, my background experiences, we have actually facilitated more than 30 brands to Chinese market, and most of them are quite successful. So, so what is the TP? So we refer as the Tmall partner. So we are specialized and certified e-commerce operator, and offers brands a one-stop solution to managing their entire e-commerce operations and to sell to consumers online. So if you wish to engage with Alibaba Group, and the best choice, rather than you handle it on your own, will be seeking a reliable TP in Australia to help you. So we are certified TP in 2016, and we have a lot of experience in handling large scale of business and small brands as well. So today we're talking about why we're introducing all these incubation brands for Australian business. So for Tmall Global, why would we choose Tmall Global? So you don't need a foreign entity. So you do not need to register a company in China to pay the tax in China. So there are a lot of like government requirements, when you setting up your business in China. So basically, what are the e-commerce, cross-border e-commerce business is that you do not need to set up a company in China. You can use your Australian entity to do all the business by using this channel. Okay, and also you receive local support. So we as a company, our team are all in China, in Australia, so we can providing you all services, we can come to you. We provide 24/7 business solutions, so in both English and Mandarins. And another thing aspect is cost savings. So you are actually choosing a very ASIC light way to approach Chinese market. So we are able to design Tmall Global services in the most affordable way. And our business model is trying to grow with our clients. We wish to be part of your success, and we wish to you to be success, then we success. And also the cross-border shipping is 100% supported by the Cainiao Logistic Partners, which is part of Alibaba Group, and services that it can provide. And also the billing and payment is quite flexible, and from fortnight to 45 days, depends on the project you choose. And also the payment can be paid via bank transfer or Alipay International. So Alipay International is the finance and payment tool invented by Alibaba Group, and currently it is legal and adopted in the Australian market. And the last aspect is I think from my experience, there are a lot of business are worried about or concerned about is the intellectual property protection. So I would say the Alibaba Group make a huge effort to protect your brand, protect your IP. So they actually have a platform called Alibaba IPP platform to prohibit any counterfeit and any unauthorized use of your trademark. So we can use this platform to protect even you're in Australia. So, in summary, we as a company, we provide 4 different types of services that covers most of Alibaba projects. So the first one and second one, obviously, we have mentioned is that Tmall Global Mini Store that will incubate your brand with Tmall Global Traffic. And also we introduced the Tmall Global Import Overseas Fulfillment, which is introduced by Robin, and we sell products on Tmall owned and operated flagship store. So we actually, as a company, we also provide API integration services that we can build your ERP system and inventory system into Alibaba backend systems to automate the sales and to have full exposure of all your product listings in China. So the third one and fourth one are quite in general. So it's Tmall Global Flagship Store. I think most of you guys have already aware that is the kind of full approach to Chinese market. So it's fully launch your brand in China and access the ultimate unlimited potential of the Tmall traffic and marketing tools. And the last one is more like direct purchases. So sell the goods outright or by consignment at your choice. So once you have more popular goods, then you can sell to Tmall and at your choice, by consignment or by other approach. So the first one in Mini Store, so we are actually in detail, we're providing the brand assessment and onboarding process. So you will prepare a lot of documentations for us to assist. So this will be the reason that, because China, obviously there are a lot of counterfeit products, and Tmall Global as a responsible company, they wish all the clients receive the goods are authentic and legal. So there are a lot of documentations that we need to process for the brand owners, and this will be one of our service. And plus we have monthly operation management for mini stores. So we operate and managing the backend system. We give you all the feedbacks from China end. We transfer all the e-commerce language to the language that you understand. So make the entire operation transparent. And most importantly, because we understand some of the Australian local business, and they have none of the employees can speak Chinese, so we actually are providing the translation services add-on to our management services. So also the contents development, we're making a contents page on Tmall Global for you. So we will make it more Chinese appealing to increase your traffic. And the last part is reports and audit. So every month we will give you a 1-hour consultation and providing the reports and audit to you, and to see whether your store is performing well. And also we audit how much marketing and funding expenditures are facilitated by the Tmall end. So the next one will be a Tmall Global Import Overseas Fulfillment. So obviously the same thing, we can provide a brand assessment and onboarding to protect the Chinese consumer and protect you as well. And secondly, same as the mini store, we're providing monthly management. We're managing the account for you. And thirdly, content development, we're providing the content to meet the Tmall standard to create more Chinese appealing content for your products. And reports and audits. So we, as the same as the mini store, we give you the reports and we see what is the good or bad aspect of the entire operation, and we improve our onboarding process and sale in China. So the last part is actually API integration. Like I said earlier, we can actually building a direct link through API through your inventory and ERP system to Tmall system, and automate to the sales, and providing you a huge opportunity to approach China if your company has large quantity of SKUs. So, and then Tmall Global Fashion Store, like all the TPs that are listed on the Tmall Global website, we are providing similar services, like such as brand assessment, onboarding, same thing, and the monthly operation. And also we're providing customer services and returns, and everything is handled in both English and Chinese language. And logistics services handled by us, third-party partner, or Cainiao Logistics. We can approach different channels to find the most economical way to helping you. And we're providing the web page and content development. So when we talk about Tmall Global Flagship Store, we're actually building an entire website for you. We can make it even better, or simply just replicate your current e-commerce website and onto the Tmall Global. And we providing planning, reports, and audits and on a monthly basis, and to better allocate your budget, marketing budget, and to better assess the sales performance. And also we providing the API integration with different systems and the digital marketing within the marketplace. So that's in addition to standard marketing tools, they are live streaming services that we can actually invite our partner companies KOL to help you to boost the sales. And the last part is payment. So we actually providing the reconciliation of your accounts on a monthly basis to ensure that you receive the correct money. And the last part is the part that we normally do not marketing this business to our clients, but basically it's Tmall direct import. So it's quite subjective to the Tmall team that whether the goods can be decided as they can purchase outright or by consignment to list it on the DTI channels. So we actually can providing the marketing or branding to pitch all the brands and products to them, and also as long as the content development, reports and audit, and plus we also provide API integration if you have like a significant amount of SKUs. So actually, this page is talking about the business roadmap. So initially, when a brand strategically they want to go to China, they want to learn what is going on in this business channel, and they wanted to move forward if they're successful. So here is what the brand should follow. So we basically, and starting with the first months, we have the both incubation channels open, the Tmall Global Import Overseas Fulfillment plus Tmall Global Mini Store. You can choose both to be listed, or you can choose each one of them. So my suggestion is, because Tmall Global Mini Store is actually the great start to move on with limited SKUs. If your company does not have too many SKUs, I think Tmall Global Mini Store will be the initial choice. So in a month's time or 2 months' time after you're listed on Tmall Global Mini Store, you can start moving on with Tmall Global Import Overseas Fulfillment. So the reason that is we need to find the most economical way or affordable way to list your full range onto Tmall Global without opening a flagship store. That reason is because we want to build our business, the confidence to approach China step by step, and finding them finding them a good business partner to be collaborate with. So then in detail, Tmall Global Import Overseas it will gain full exposure of product through IOF with unlimited SKUs and different type of inventory, logistic solutions to boost their sales. So it will increase the brand's credibility because the store is 100% owned by Tmall Global and Kaola. And the Tmall Global Mini Store is actually a bottom line of the incubator program that will lay your foundation for the brand to presence in the Chinese e-commerce marketplace. And the detail of numbers of products and SKUs have already been summarized by James. So both projects are more like invitation only. So we need to assess your brand first, then decide whether we can bring your brand on board. But through us, we can at least understand what are the strategy behind all the channels, and we can better assist you to get on board to these channels. So compare with incubator projects, the Tmall Global flagship store is quite like the full punch to the entire Chinese market. So the launch Tmall Global flagship store and take the advantage of the largest e-commerce ecosystem in China. So there's no doubt Alibaba Group is the dominant player in Chinese market. So we are actually using this kind of strategy to make the most advantage for our clients. So after we launched Tmall flagship store in the 12 months time, we actually can using multiple marketing tools such as live streaming, SEO, festival planning, and achieve sales and increase overall brand value and e-reputation. Even though the cost is high, however, because through this process, we have a very solid foundation of how we can approach to Chinese market, and we have already making sales through the Tmall Global Overseas Fulfillment and Tmall Global Mini Stores. Then building a confidence for our customer for the Tmall Global flagship store, and in the future, if there are any hero products are quite successful, and we have open chat with Tmall Global Direct Import and to bring your goods to further success. So in the last, I would like to summarize the 2 key points to success in the Tmall Global business. So first thing first is very important in e-commerce is like a traffic acquisition. So it's vitally important to set up a marketing strategy for every brand, consider the strategy carefully and reach out to potential partners. And we as a Tmall service partner, we are actually can assist brand owners to making the marketing strategy. And we always want to assist us to providing our consultation to our brands to understand this market better and move forward together. So secondly, we adopt the popular social media to build the brand profile and attract qualified traffic to the store. So in China, Tmall Global is the marketplace, is the largest one, but the social media actually there are a lot of social media platforms like WeChat, like Douyin, and like Redbook. They are all capable to bring traffic to the stores. So we use all these social media channels through KOL marketing, through whatever other marketing mechanism to bring the traffic to the store, and that is significantly important too. And we require our clients to understand that we need to invest in Tmall Global marketing tools, such as the diamond exhibition. So in Western countries, we just simply call it pay-per-click, or express trend. So it is similar as Google search engine marketing. So you pay actually a certain amount of money in exchange for the traffic. And also we encourage our partners to choose live streaming, because live streaming is being popular, especially during the pandemic, where people cannot go shopping, in China, and they rely on the live streaming to boost the, to purchases, and the business are relying on the live streaming to actually sell their goods to consumers. And the second thing about the key point is the conversion rate. So how we increase our conversion rate when we spend a huge amount of money to acquire the traffic. So if we can purchase all the traffic to our store, but unfortunately we cannot absorb them or take them in, then that is a failure. So here are just some brief examples. The first thing is we do, like, this is by principle, we provide a customer products as advertised or described. It's simply like that because people shopping online, they are not touching the real goods, and they are seeing as our advertisement as the most important channel to understand and the information of the product. So you need to send the customer exactly what they purchased. So this is the very important for the conversion rate. And secondly, we need to deliver the goods to the consumer within an acceptable time frame. So in two incubation projects, we actually have different logistic solutions. So for the mini store project, we actually have the goods stored in bonded warehouse in China, where you can ship to consumer in one or 2 days. Whereas the Tmall import overseas fulfillment, you have to store the goods in Australia, or you ship from your company to the or you ship the goods to the customer through the air freight. So everything from Australia and to China will spend at least 10 to 15 days when it's arrived the customer. So if customer accepted the time frame, then it should be okay. But however, we need to monitor the time to make customer satisfied, and that will improve the conversion rate gradually. And then thirdly, we need to have a reliable team in Australia who can speak Mandarin, or in China, and who can facilitate our consumers. So consumer always asking questions on the Tmall global store. So in the store there is a chatting bot, so you can use the chat to ask questions to the brand owners or to the sales staff, and you need to respond to the time to them as quickly as possible. And then the next one is there are a lot of festivals, online festivals on the Tmall Global, and it is very important to plan ahead with all the online festivals. So the biggest festival would include the June the 18th, plus the Singles Day. They are the biggest ones. But however, in between these two big festivals, there are also small festivals, such as Queen's Day, Mid-Autumn Day, and Valentine's Day. So all these festivals, if the brand owner and us plan it carefully and plan it ahead, we can boost our sales step by step and month after month. And yes, and this is about my my presentation. And thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Chris, for your sharing with us about your experience and the solution. Yeah. Okay, so next topic is, to spend all this money, you may claim up to 50% back from government. There are federal government exporting grants, and there are state government exporting grants. So the next topic is, we give you a brief introduction about all kinds of grants, including, but not limited to, exporting grants, manufacturer grants, R&D, research and development tax incentive, incubator, and there are some like with recycling and so on. But because time is limited. If you want to know more, you can contact us after the webinar. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, just feel free to write it down in chat box. Okay, Vera, please, it's your talk now.
Hello, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vera from AU Grants. And after knowing the e-commerce sales channel, let's talk about how we can get the support from the government. And in today's workshop, I'm going to talk about the grants for various industries, export-related grants of the federal government and state governments, and our business introduction. So first, grants for various industries. There are several categories for different industries, and I just listed some of them to let you know that there are some related grants. For example, industries of waste recycling, industry of clean energy, manufacturing, and high tech. And for the manufacturing grants, there are three you can refer to: Manufacturing Modernization Fund, Modern Manufacturing Initiative, Advanced Manufacturing Growth Center. They are not our point for today's workshop, so if you are interested in it, maybe you can talk to us afterwards. And apart from those, there's another one which is quite important for companies with research and development activities: the Research and Development Tax Incentives, or you can call it as R&D Tax Incentive, or RNDTI. It encourages research and development activities that generate knowledge for the benefit of the Australian economy. And it is an incentive program that supports companies to invest more in eligible R&D activities. So if your research and development activities meet the program criteria, you may be eligible for a tax offset that covers some of the cost of your research and development. And are your research and development activities eligible? You can do a self-assessment before you apply for it. To be eligible, you must conduct or plan to conduct at least one core research and development activity. You must assess that your core research and development activity is not an excluded one. You must register your core research and development activity, and you must only register supporting research and development activities that directly relate to a core research and development activity. And how to define core research and development activities and supporting research and development activities. So generally speaking, core R&D activities cannot be known or determined in advance on the basis of current knowledge, information, or experience, but can be only determined by applying a systematic progression of work. For example, by serious experiments, observations, and evaluations, and finally you get a result. And supporting R&D activities are those directly related to core R&D activities. It's a little bit abstract if I just talk about this stuff, but if you are interested in it, you are welcome to talk with us so that we can analyze your business in details to see whether you are eligible or not. And here comes to our highlight: export-related grants. There are two levels. One is export-related grants by the federal government. And the one we are talking about is export market development grant. So basically, you can get reimbursement of 50% of your promotional expenditures overseas. And a company with a single ABM may get 150,000 at most for each year. and you may apply for it for up to 8 years. And this year is a little bit special because it's a transition from old rules to new rules. So for the old rules, it's in a form of reimbursement. You can get reimbursement of your promotional expenditures overseas from July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2021. And it requires your annual revenue should be below 15 million, and the products should be Australian made, and the services should be Australian supplied. And the applicants should be principal exporters instead of agencies. And there is minimum expenditure requirement for the EMDG reimbursement. Applicants' promotional expenditures for last financial year should be 15,000 or more than 15,000. And for the first time applicants, 2 years promotional expenditures can be calculated, and expenditures happened between July 1st, 2019 to June 30th, 2021 can be claimed. And also you are invited to know that the deadline is February 28, 2022. So we only have 1 month left. If you're interested in it and if you reach the requirements, you need to rush. And another one is in a form of budget plan. You have to provide your budget plan of your promotional activities for the future 2 or 3 years. And Austrade sets 3 tiers for the companies according to their business situations. And there is no minimum expenditure requirements at all. And for the first tier, it is for the companies having no exports and plan to export in the future. So any company who are doing or planning to do export can apply for it. Oh, sorry. And the reason why I didn't mention the application for 2021 to 2022 because it's already finished. And the deadline was November 30th, 2021. So if you are interested in it, don't miss it in 2022. We expect the application start date, maybe July or August this year. So if you are interested in it, we can notify you once the application starts. And next, let's talk about the eligible expenditures that you can claim. There are 8 types of eligible expenses. So the first one is overseas representatives, which means you hire a person or a group of people to promote your business in your exporting markets on long-term basis. So this person or this group of people's salaries, accommodations, office rent, this person's business trip, marketing, advertising, communications fees can be claimed. And for this category, a claimable cap is 200,000. And the second one is marketing consultants. It refers to the activity that you hire a person or an organization to engage in marketing activities, for example, marketing research and marketing analysis. And this person or organization should not be interest related to the company. And at this time, consultant fees, advertising fees, and market research costs can be claimed. And the third category is marketing visit. So the marketing visit made in or outside Australia for the purpose of export promotion can be claimed. And this includes expenditures such as airfares, accommodations, ground transport, and food. And the overseas visit allowance is 350 per eligible day per person, up to 21 days. And the fourth category is free samples. So the free samples of product provided outside Australia can be claimed. So the actual cost of samples and delivery costs to overseas can be claimed. And the fifth category is trade fairs and promotional events. So which refers to participation by the applicants in a trade fairs, seminars, in-store promotions, international forums, and the private exhibitions. So the entry fees to trade fair, both rental charges, seminar or conference registration fees, demonstration of display equipment fees, free to or from the trade fairs can be claimed. And the sixth category is promotional literature and advertisement. It refers to the promotional activity online and offline. For example, the brochure or business card printing and design course, developing or maintaining websites, television promotional videos, magazine advertising costs, and international promotion fees can be claimed. And the seventh category is overseas buyers. So it refers to bringing buyers that are not residents of Australia to Australia for promotional purposes. So overseas buyers, air and ground fares, accommodation, and meals are claimable. And the last category is registration of eligible intellectual property. So it refers to registering and maintaining the registration of IP in a foreign country, and payments to patent and trademark attorneys and to relevant government trademark and patent offices are claimable. All right, and next, let's talk about export-related grants of state governments. First is New South Wales Going Global. You may get up to 10,000 Australian dollar. And the key eligibility criteria are listed for your reference. You have to have an ABN registered in New South Wales and be registered for GST as at August 1st, 2019. And you have to have export prior to the impacts of COVID-19, bushfires, or drought. And you have to be able to provide evidence of a minimum of 3 employees at the time of your application. And you have to own the goods or services to be exported and provide relevant evidence. And last, you have to produce the goods or services to be exported in New South Wales and be able to provide documented evidence for that. And this grant's deadline is June 30th, 2022. And there is another one, which is called the South Australia Export Accelerator, or SAEA. And eligibility criteria are A, be a registered South Australian business or have significant business operations based in South Australia. B, have an ABN, be registered for GST, and have a minimum annual turnover of 75,000. And C, have less than 200 employees working for the business. And for this grant, the deadline is February 18, 2022. So if you are interested in it, please, you have to rush. And if you need any help, please feel free to contact us. And for this grant, the grant funding is available on the 3 streams. The first stream is Export Accelerator. You may get a funding of up to 30,000 to export. And the second stream is New Market Entry. You may get a funding of up to 15,000 to export into a new market. And the third stream is Consortium, and you may get funding of up to 200,000. And here are the other export-related grants of state governments. Because of the limited time, I'll just list here for your reference. So Victoria's Global Gateway, Queensland's Go Global Export, South Australia's e-commerce accelerator program, or you can call it as eCap, and Western Australia's Access Asia Business Grant. And for the last part, I'm going to talk about who we are. We are AU Grants, a professional consulting company that specializes in assisting Australian enterprises to apply for various grants. We are keeping close watch on more than 280 grants policies. And apart from that, we also provide government procurement service and overseas study service. And so far, we have served hundreds of Australian enterprises and assisted a great number of clients successfully applying for grants of more than 10 million, covering more than 80 types of grants. And those clients are all over the major cities such as Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, and throughout the country. About our strength, we are a professional team. The team members are all professionals with extensive industry experience for years. And we have extensive experience. So far, the team has assisted hundreds of enterprises to apply for grants of more than 10 million Australian dollar. And we are good at combining various grants. The professional team follows up and research various policies of different grants all over the country and assists clients in applying for multiple grants based on their situations, maximizing the amounts of grants. And also we provide value-added services, for example, business consultation and helping our clients to synergize global exhibition resources. And this year, we have submitted more than 200 applications. And our service principle is no success, no charge. So for more information, you can find us on our official website, which is augrants.com.au, or you can reach us by email admin@augrants.com.au, or you can directly call us at 02-8006-4789. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your time. And do you have any questions? Please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. And just now, there's a question about how do we claim for these eligible expenditures? So you're talking about the topic just now, so you can introduce our service scope, what we can provide to customers, how we help them to apply all kinds of grants.
It really depends on what types of expenditures that you want to claim, because for different categories, we ask for different materials or evidence or supporting documents. And for example, for free samples, we need something like no charge invoices, factory cost records, or bank statement evidencing payment or something like that. So basically you have to provide invoices and bank statement evidencing payment. And also if you have relevant photos, you can provide it as evidence. So it really depends on what kind of expenditures that you want to claim.
Okay, and today's topic, maybe it's a little complex to everyone, so to now no other patrons. but we have all the PPTs. If you would like to have all PPTs, you can send us email and we can share PPT to you. Meanwhile, the recording of this webinar will be put into YouTube. You can watch it by yourself. Okay, so James, Robin, Keiko, and Chris, do you have something more to say?
No. If you have any questions, you can always reach us. We can send you an email after this webinar, and we hope you can join our today's conversation and introduce our new project to your friend and to the business that you think they can be benefit from it.
Keiko, indeed.
Yes, thank you. I think this webinar is very informative. So very appreciate that you guys like helping us to initiate this webinar. So please feel free to contact us if you got any question like Chris mentioned before. So we all here to help your business, help your business to access into China.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if you miss any part of this today's webinar, we are planning to make ongoing webinars every month. So you are free to join. And if we have any new projects going on with Tmall, and from my end and from the 7th end, we can always provide you the most accurate and new information. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so that's all. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for your attendance our online webinar. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Seven. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
Everyone.
everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.